Hey everyone, it's Karen Pattock, and I'm here with you to talk about how to write compelling video titles. This is going to be so amazing. I am going to get set up here, and then we're going to dive in to really what I'm going to be going through is the the five key ingredients for a great video title. And you'll notice that in the actual post for this recording, in the post, there is a link for a free download. So there's nothing that you need to do. You can just click the link, 5 ingredients for a great video title, compelling video title, and you're going to find that this is going to keep you steady and right on the money when you're writing your video titles. Okay, so before we dive in, let me just bring up this post and make sure everything is going well. You all know, I don't know if you go live much, but lately it has been a crazy mess. Connecting on Facebook, it's been crazy town. So, okay, great. I can see some people are here. Terry is here. Hi, Terry. Just say hi, guys. Let me know that you're here and that you can hear me just fine. I can see everything looks like it's checking all the boxes. So let's just dive in. So when you're writing a video title, I want you to think of it as more than just like a minor detail or an afterthought to what you create for the actual content. So when you think about a topic that you want to create a video around, a live stream, or even a pre-recorded video, obviously you have a topic in mind, and then you start to outline it. And as you know, if you participated in the Client Attraction Video Challenge last week, that there is a specific 5-step process that we go through when we create the outline. And so we, welcome our viewers and we get them involved and we talk about the topic, and then we do our elevator pitch, and then we, give them whatever X amount of time teaching 3 main points. I like 3. I think it's simple and easy. 3 main bullet points for whatever the topic is. And then we like to recap and then give them their call to action. And so what happens is quite often people, and I've done the same thing, you spend all this time creating this amazing content and then you just whip up a title. And I'm going to give you some examples of mediocre titles versus great titles. And I'm going to give you some resources that are also included in the download. So again, be sure to download. The link is in the post here for this training, but you will see that there is a headline analyzer. We're going to talk more about that in just a minute. So good titles take time to create. And honestly, for me and most of the people that I know that do regular live stream trainings, the title takes almost as long as mapping out the content because you want to get it right. You want to spend the time to tweak it and customize it and make sure that you are calling out to your ideal clients. So a good title will help you get found too, because if you're doing this on Facebook, it gets logged and the title is what's going to grab someone's attention. If you're doing this on YouTube, obviously there's some SEO around the title. If you put this on a page on your website, there's going to be some SEO around the title. And while this isn't really the main factor, isn't the SEO, your title is what will allow it to be searchable. And that's the beautiful thing about video. It isn't just when you're live, and it isn't just right after you're live. Videos can live on for years. When I had my Karen Pattock TV platform at my, my video blog, I was putting those on my website and I was also putting them on my YouTube channel. Those videos from years ago, 2013, 14, and 15, those are all still getting views and getting me leads from YouTube. So that's amazing that it can do the work for you years after you do the content. And so you want your title to be keyword rich. You want it to be descriptive. You want it to be clear on what the benefit is if they spend the time to watch it. And these are simple ways to boost video views. So if you're excited about learning more about this and digging in, let me know. I can see Terry says, hopefully Facebook Live will cooperate. I see Live works on pages but cuts off in groups. Okay, so I just did a live in my paid program with Kathleen a couple hours ago, and we had no problems, but we were using Zoom and I'm using Ecamm Live, so fingers crossed. All right, so let's dive into the 5 key ingredients for a great video title. Number 1, it's succinct, meaning you're not going on and on and on with the title. You don't want to write a paragraph for your title. You want to make sure that it clearly defines who it's for and what the benefit or promise is, what the promise that this video offers to someone that watches the video. And here's what's cool about this. If you do this, you keep it succinct, but it's telling your viewers who it's for, what the benefit is, what they can expect to get out of it, then you've done a good job of helping them decide, yes, this is for me, no, this is not for me. And the people that decide no, you don't want them spending time on your video anyway, because they're not your dream clients. So let's not even, spend time nurturing them, or because you're never going to convince them if they're not in the space of wherever you are in your coaching program, right? Are you teaching someone that's problem aware, solution aware? Where are you already in that journey? And so keeping it succinct, I like to try most of the time 8 to 10 words. It usually takes 8 to 10 words to get it across. Now, if you're inside your Facebook group and you're only leaving it in your group, some of that work is already done for you because someone has come to your group based on your group name. They've already decided this is a community that they want to be part of. So just like today, I wrote how to create compelling video titles. If I were going to put this on YouTube, I would probably beef that title up a little bit more with probably so that you're always attracting your dream clients. Okay. We've spent a month, this entire month of April, talking about video here in this group. So you already know, and we've already primed this. So we're talking about how to create compelling video titles. And while that is a good title, if I were posting this outside of this group and outside of our monthly theme of video, I would be probably beefing it up even a little bit more. Okay, that's number 1. It's succinct. Number 2, it's on topic. Knowing ahead of time what topics your dream clients are most interested in, the problems that they want to solve, the resources that they're interested in getting their hands on is important before you create any video title. So be sure your video content and the title is dialed into a specific topic that would be of interest to your ideal clients. So when I wrote this title, how to create compelling video titles, if I would have left the word video out, that would have changed what the promise is, right? Because it could be a blog post title, it could be a video title, it could be a program title, it could be a lot of different titles. And so the word video in here makes it very specific. It's on topic. You know exactly what we're going to talk about. And I could teach a completely different lesson on writing blog titles and a completely different lesson on how to choose a program title. Those are all very different methods of choosing a title. Okay? So when you're writing your video titles, spend the time to use those keywords that makes it topic specific. Okay, and again, when we're wrapping up here today, I'm going to give you some before and after suggestions or examples so that you will see what I'm talking about. Okay, number 3, it's keyword focused. And we've kind of already talked about this, but taking the time to make sure that your title is ideal client specific, has those keywords in it, is extremely important. So keywords are often to your dream clients, their goals, their pain points, their current symptoms. So how to create compelling video titles. I'm going to come back to this again. We did an entire challenge for the whole week last week, right? We did this entire challenge, and listen, I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't have this conversation with you. If I wasn't telling you how to create compelling video titles, then you're going to all the work and you're getting over your fear factor and you're showing up online. And if people aren't watching your video, good chances they're not watching because the video title isn't compelling enough. And so what happens is that is the only piece of information that your viewer has in order to decide, yes, I want to watch this, no, I don't. So having those keywords that are specific to your dream client's goals or their pain points or the current symptoms that you're dealing with is really helpful for them. Now remember, if these videos are more dialed in, more specific instead of more broad, you're going to see more engagement because this general message, general ideal client identities, general video titles are just right? They're just Where if you get specific, I should have said for this title, how to create compelling video titles in 5 steps that are guaranteed to attract your dream clients. Now that is a powerful title. So there you go. That I just took from mediocre title to outstanding title by just adding a few extra words. Okay. So number 1 is it's succinct. Number 2, it's on topic. Number 3, it's keyword focused. Number 4, it's intriguing. So adding some intrigue, not every time, but sometimes into the title can increase the number of video views. So for example, using phrases like best kept secrets, never before shared, little known ways, right? Best kept secrets, never before shared, little known ways. And I'm going to give you some more examples here in a few minutes, but you can see where those offer a little intrigue. And while you don't want to do that every single time, it is perfectly fine to add that as a regular part of your title creation process. It's intriguing. And then last but not least, it's the proper length. And I did mention this before. And while title length will vary from video to video, and sometimes you might have a subtitle, you should aim for between 8 and 12 words. I said 8 to 10 before. You could go as much as 12 if you need to, right? If that's what it takes. But there's going to be many renditions. Like as you're trying to figure this out, I'll tell you about my process here in a second. As you're trying to put this together, you're going to find like your own rhythm for doing this. And like I said, it's time consuming to get it just right. And this typically will give Google enough to work with to include your video in any search results, right? For your video topic. And we want Google indexing our video if we can. So what I usually do when I first start trying to figure out my video title, let's say I've already worked out the outline, I already know what my bullet points are, I already know what I'm going to be talking about. If there's a call to action, I've already figured that out. Okay, so now I'm to the point where I'm going to write the title, which is always the last thing that I do. I'm going to start looking through my outline and I'm going to start pulling out keywords. Like I knew I wanted the word compelling. I knew I wanted video titles. I knew that this was going to be a how-to training, right? So I started looking for words that I could pull out. After I did this outline and after I wrote the title, that was when I decided, hey, I should probably do a download for you all, create a PDF that you can download that will help you with this process. And so I took a step back and I said, all right, well, what does my outline look like? Well, it's 5 key tips, right? 5 key strategies, 5 key, whatever it is, right? So for me, that was the 5 key ingredients, right? So this is how my process, and then I'll start to mix and match words. But I'll tell you that inside that download, there is a link to, it's called a headline analyzer. And this is one way for you to confirm that your video title is written very well. It ranks it on a scale. And so you're going to find out that it'll give you some suggestions, and there's some word banks in there. So there is a place that this analyzer will help you improve your title. Now, I will say this, at the end of the day, you need to make the decision. The analyzer is just an algorithm that's flipping some words around. So if you're counting on it to do the work for you, don't, because it can put together some funky combinations, okay? All right, so I'm going to look at your comments really quick. If you guys have questions, now's the time to ask. Let's see, Catherine. Hi, Catherine. So, all right, if you guys have comments now, or questions, now's the time to ask. So the headline, I'm going to give you the headline scheduler link just so you have it. But like I said, it is included in the download. It's www.headlines.com/headlines. So I'll say it again. Actually, let me see if I can put this in a pop-up here with eCam. Give me a sec. Let's see if it will let me. I think it will. Okay, let's see. Put that in there. Change this to white. Maybe change it to white. Hang on, people. Okay, we're just going to go with this like it is. Let's see here. And then I'm going to make it way bigger so you can see it. Okay. Thought I could change it to white, but it's not letting me. Okay, so headlines.coschedule.com/headlines. Okay, so let's see. Deborah, where do we find the download analyzer? So Deborah, that download link is right in the description for this video. So it should be up above or right below. I'm not sure where it's posting at the moment. Let me see if I can figure it out. It's right under where I give you the 3 bullet points. You'll see it says 5 key ingredients for writing compelling video titles, and then there's the link. So you're all set there. You can just click on it and it'll instantly download. Kieran, does this apply to Instagram videos too? Yeah, like you should be spending, if you're doing an IGTV, obviously there's no titles for stories, but if you're uploading something to IGTV or you're going live, then definitely you want to spend the time to create a compelling, niche specific, outcome specific title. Absolutely. Guys, this is really ultimately a copywriting lesson, right? You want your copy to be compelling. And to a certain extent, you can use the same technique for blog posts. Blog posts are a little different from a formatting standpoint, but if you approach them from the same standpoint, you're going to be just fine, right? Because you're going to be thinking in terms of, okay, my dream clients, and they have these problems, and I'm thinking in keywords, and then I'm going to make it compelling, right? Okay, Cindy, how does Google access Facebook Live video titles? So, Cindy, here's the cool thing. This is one of the beautiful things about Facebook. If you are doing your video on your page, because your page is searchable, your videos will be searchable. If you're doing them inside your group, they're not searchable. However, Facebook, our pages are indexed on Google. So if you have a Facebook page and let's say it's your name, more than likely, like my Facebook page is Karen Pattock Biz and my website is KarenPattock.com. If I type in the search on Google, Karen Pattock, the first thing that comes up is my website. Second thing that comes up is my Facebook business page. And so that is one of the beautiful things about Facebook from a business standpoint. They're helping you get indexed in Google, which is pretty cool. Laura, how long should this all take to prepare? Well, Laura, it depends on your particular topic. How long do you want to talk? Are you talking for 5 minutes? Then not very long. If you're talking like this, I put this training together, probably took me about maybe overall about an hour. I sketched it out first, then I kind of formalized it, and then I came back and I found some resources, and then I created the title, and then obviously the download. So several pieces to this. You will get faster and faster, but there's no amount of time. You just have to figure it out for yourself. And I will say in the beginning, you're going to do your best, but 6 months from now, if you stick with it, your best is going to be better than it was today. Copywriting is a skill that builds over time, which is really cool. And you just get better and better. And so I look back at some videos, titles that I wrote back in 2013, 2014. And I think now, like, whoa, I could have done a way better job at that. But at the time, that's all I knew. That was the best I could do. And so it is what it is. So there's no set amount of time. But like I said, typically, whatever you're putting into the actual content, the title, unless you just get super lucky and just knock it out of the park right at first, might take as much time, like close to or as much time as the content. And sometimes you need to just walk away. Like sometimes when I'm creating titles, it's like, I just can't get the perfect blend. Like it's not rolling off my tongue really well. And so I'll walk away and come back the next day and then create a title then. So just know it's a process. It's a copywriting process. Okay, Terry, where do we find the download? I mentioned it again. Guys, it's in the description. Go down past the bullet points for what you're learning. There's a link there. You can just click it. It'll instantly download to, oh, I see Terry found it. Great. Cindy, that's only good for a business page, not a personal page for indexing. Correct. Guys, you should not be doing business, any kind of business on your personal page. It's against Facebook rules and regulations. And while you can share your blog post, that's just sharing. But if you're doing any kind of business or you're posting any links to any sales pages or you're doing videos where you're talking about programs and come click this link to join, that is not supposed to be happening. It's against Facebook rules and regulations to be happening on your personal page. Okay? Don't do that because you can easily, and I've seen this happen many times, get your entire Facebook account shut down. Everything. Group, page, personal profile. So don't make that mistake. Facebook, you used to be able to get away with it. Now anymore, the algorithms are looking for certain terms and it'll come find you. That doesn't mean that you wouldn't be able to get it turned back on with talking to Facebook's staff, but it's a process and it doesn't always work out for the best. So try to keep it no business on your personal profile. Okay. All right. Let's see. Cindy, or no, Catherine, sorry. What do you mean? Doesn't this apply to Facebook regular page? I don't use my Facebook business page. So Catherine, I'm talking about the difference between your personal profile, like that is designed for your friends and your family. Personal. Business is where you're conducting your business. So no business on your personal page. Like I said, you can share if you have a, let's say, if you have a new blog post or you are sharing a recipe, you can post that on your page, right? That's just information on your personal page. But anything to do with your business or anything to do with selling, you can't do it on your personal page. Well, you can, but you risk getting shut down. Okay? Sally, okay, I'm a little confused here. Are we talking about creating a title for your live on Facebook? Just the title, first few words. We're talking about the entire title. So download the freebie that I have, which is the, let me see here. Let me get the exact title for you guys. Let's see. It is 5 key ingredients for writing compelling video titles. That is a free download. So yes, we are talking about writing video titles. So any video that you do that the platform is asking for a title, whether it's live or pre-recorded, this is what your people are looking at to decide if they're going to watch your video or not. Okay. All right. So let's get rid of this for right now. Okay. I don't use any links to sell any programs, etc. with my videos, information videos only. Okay. So Catherine, the other thing you need to think about, guys, and we're going to move on with this training. When you're doing, it's okay to do this on your personal page if it's just informational. But at the end of the day, what are you doing with that? Like, what's the point? The point is you want to give them a link to a freebie. You want to get them on your email list. You want to get them into your group. You want to conduct business. That's why you're doing these videos. It's great that you just want to share information, but you always, as we talked about in the challenge, call to action. That call to action has to be something that's related to building your business. Is it you're nurturing them, so you're sending them off to read a blog post? Are you offering them a free download? Great. That's linking over probably to a landing page, either on your website or with your email service provider, right? We're always thinking about how is this promoting our business? And when I say promoting, I don't mean necessarily selling. There's the nurturing part too, but it has to be more than just information. And I know you're just getting your video feet wet. So right now, for this moment, that's okay. But I mean, short term, couple weeks, we need to start moving into let's do this for real. Let's plan and figure out how we're going to use this to build our business. Always thinking about list building, always thinking about nurturing your ideal clients and moving them through that customer journey. Okay. Okay. So let's just walk through or recap the 5 ingredients again. It's succinct, it's on topic, it's keyword focused, it's intriguing, and it's the proper length. So I'm going to give you a couple of mediocre titles in the health and wellness space, and then how I zhuzhed them up or made them more robust. So I actually just went to Pinterest to get some ideas, and I typed in, the first thing I typed in was gluten-free. And so I just started looking at, like, what are the titles that people have given things that I felt were like, okay. So there was one title, one pin that was called 10 gluten-free swaps. And while that is okay, it's mediocre. If they would have said 10 gluten-free swaps that taste as delicious as the real deal, now that makes me more curious. That, yes, I know gluten-free. If I'm interested in gluten-free, that's kind of mapping out the demographic, my niche, my ideal clients, but there's no promise there. I don't really know, okay, 10 gluten-free swaps, like what is it? Swaps what? Like there's no promise. But if I say, okay, grab my guide, 10 gluten-free swaps that taste as delicious as the real deal, now I can just wrap my mind around that. I can think, okay, well, yeah, I want, like, I've always thought gluten-free doesn't taste as really as good as the real deal. So if this person can tell me these 10 swaps that I need or I should be paying attention to as someone who wants to eat gluten-free, okay, now I'm more apt to take action on that. And that I didn't click on it. Well, I changed the title myself. So I don't know if that was a download, if it was a blog post. I don't really know what it was. However, you can see the difference between the two makes it more robust. 10 gluten-free swaps to 10 gluten-free swaps that taste as delicious as the real deal. There's a promise, right? Okay, here's my second. I have 3 actually. So here's my second example. I typed in the word on Pinterest, menopause. And the thing that popped up was the menopause symptoms checklist. Wow, that sounds really good. The menopause symptoms checklist. Okay, but if I were to make that more robust, I would do something like the menopause symptoms checklist. Are your symptoms menopause or something else? Do you see? That adds a little of that intrigue. Like, maybe these aren't menopausal symptoms. And what else could it be? So you're adding a little bit more of a boost. Menopause symptoms checklist. Are your symptoms menopause or something else? So you want to think about these 5 key ingredients when you're writing your titles so that you can grab the attention of that dream client of yours. And you can see gluten-free, that's a very specific group. Menopause, another very specific group. Okay? The next and final example that I have for you is I typed in AIP. So autoimmune protocol, right? I typed the in on just AIP on Pinterest and I came up with a pin that was called My AIP Pantry. My AIP pantry. Well, I can assume they're going to talk about things that I should have in my pantry, but I don't really know, again, what the promise is. Like, what am I going to get out of this? Is it things I should put in my pantry? Is it things I should take out of my pantry? Like, what is it? So, in reworking this title, if I were to write it, let's say I boosted it by saying 10 must-have pantry staples to be successful on the AIP protocol. 10 must-have pantry staples to be successful on the AIP protocol. You can see that is very specific. If I am embracing the AIP protocol, that's how I want to eat. That's how I need to eat for my health. I'm going to be grabbing this 10 must-have pantry staples. I want to know what they are. And so you can see how the likelihood of someone actually engaging, clicking your video title when you do the work to make it all the things we talked about, right? Succinct, on topic, keyword focused, intriguing, and the proper length, you can see how you are going to get many more people engaging. Does this make sense? Does this make sense? Let me know, guys. Okay. Okay, so let's see here. Let me go back. Let's see. Deborah says, I tried the link for the headlines and it says that the site can't be reached. Okay, so I will put the link for the headline analyzer. I think that's what you're talking about, Deborah. I will put that in the description for this video when we are finished. Okay, so again, guys, it's https://headlines with an s.coschedule.com/headlines. Okay. Deborah, how do you create a Facebook business page? Deborah, that's not what this training is about. If you just actually go into the help section on Facebook, it will walk you through it step by step by step. You need a personal profile, which obviously you have because you're here, but it's super easy. Takes 5 minutes or less. Just go through the steps. Facebook will walk you right through it. Okay, Lori, love this. Yes, it makes sense. Thanks. Okay, great. So guys, okay, we're gonna wrap up this training. I'm gonna look one more time for questions. If you have them, post them now. Oh boy, hang on, guys. My cat's gonna try to do an act. Get down, honey boy. Get down. Mama says get down. Come on. Get down, get down, get down. He's gonna try to jump up in the window, that crazy little boy. Get down. Go, go, go. He's feeling acrobatic this afternoon. Okay, so here's the scoop. You have a couple of calls to action. Number one, most important, is download that PDF that I put together. That is going to keep you on track with the 5 key ingredients. Okay? This is a process. You will get better over time. You can only do what you can do. There is no right or wrong, right? I have been at this now since 2011, so 10 years. So my skill set is going to be a little better than you if you're just starting out. So you can only do what you can do. If you are writing a title and you want some feedback, this or that, oh, I have 3 options, you can feel free to post them here in our group. Use a poll, create a poll, and have people vote on which one makes the most sense, which one is their favorite. I love doing this. I do this to this day. There are times when I will say this or that, or I have 3 options. Which do you like better? And it's amazing how often I am wrong. The one that I think you all are going to pick, you prove me wrong, usually. Okay? So number 1, download. Number 2, start practicing. So especially, I want you all to practice, but those of you that went through the client attraction video challenge with me last week, over 300 people went through that with me. I want you to be on, just on the, I guess, the path of promising yourself you're going to keep up with video. We started something together. I want you to continue it. And I know I posted here in the group yesterday, I think it was, like, who's done video, at least one video since we wrapped up last Friday. And several of you said you have, and I'm so proud of you. This is a process, and the only way to get better is to practice. Last thing I will say is video is not going away, and there are only going to be more and more additions and tools attached to different ways to do videos. The most recent has been the addition of Reels to Instagram, and it's not going anywhere. And every single platform is giving increased, exponential, additional organic reach for any video content. So for those of you that are saying, I'm posting, but nobody's downloading my free offer, and I'm posting it on Instagram and I'm posting it on Facebook, start talking about it in a video and give the link in the description. Get that boost of additional reach so that you can get in front of more people. Do what it takes to get your business going, and video is definitely at the top of the list. Okay, I'm gonna look at questions one more quick time here. I'm so glad so many of you love this. Thank you so much for letting me know. I appreciate it. Okay, Karen, should we be doing video every day? No, I don't think you need to. Other than, I do think it's, if you're on Instagram or even Facebook for that matter, and you're doing stories are more casual, right? They're just more of a conversation, or here's what I've been up to, or you just post a picture of somewhere you went. Like, it doesn't even have to be you talking to a camera. That is nice because it's training the algorithm of what people want to hear more from you, so that then your actual feed posts, where your video would be, are going to show up more to those people. So it's working in your benefit to keep doing video if you can. I mean, stories, if you can keep up with it. As far as training videos or these types of videos that you learned about last week in the challenge near the end of the week, those, seriously, if you could do those once a week or once every other week, I think that's fine. You will know that since 2021 started, I've been doing a lot more video here in this group, been building out, challenges and focused on different themes each month. Next month, by the way, May, it's all going to be about money mindset. I have a whole challenge for you around money mindset. And so if you are struggling to get clients, you definitely want to go through this challenge with me because there could be some limiting beliefs on your part, the way you look at money, what you think money represents, that is holding you back. And so the challenge is phenomenal. I haven't run it in a long time. I created it a while ago and we're updating it, but it is going to be amazing. So just get ready. And the whole month is going to be dedicated to money mindset. So get ready. That's going to be super fun. So that's my recommendation as far as how often you should be doing videos. The thing is, do what you can do, right? Like we all have different amounts of time that we can dedicate to our businesses. So I work another business with my husband. We have a business together. So I have part of my time needs to be dedicated to that. So I can't put as much effort into my business as say Kathleen, where she does her part on her business and her husband helps her in her business, right? So they're splitting a lot of the tasks. So I used to beat myself up for that all the time, and I don't anymore because it is what it is. And so I know I have X amount of hours each week that I can dedicate to my business. And then the rest of it is okay, some of it goes to my husband's business, and then the rest of it's mine, right? I can't work 24/7. So do what you can do and be as consistent as you can be and let that be good enough. Okay, let's see here. Jody, that will fit great with what I am learning in school that month about pricing my program. Thanks. Yeah, Jody, and we actually have just so you know, we have some podcast episodes that are about pricing as well. So if you're looking for extra support around pricing, you can go check out the Wellness Business Podcast and just go to our website, thewellnessbusinesspodcast.com, and then in the search bar type pricing or program pricing, and you'll get some options, and that'll be some additional resources for you. Okay, I think so Cindy says, I've committed to do a weekly Facebook Live in my Facebook group. I will do it on Instagram sometimes. Yeah, perfect. That is perfect. All right, guys, I think we are going to, oh wait, Deborah, what are stories? Is that Facebook? Deborah, stories is a whole other thing. So if you're on Instagram, they're just quick 15-second clips. And yes, Facebook has them. They are connected to your personal page. And then Instagram has them as well. So if you don't know what stories are, honestly, don't worry about them right now. Don't worry about them because it's a whole other training or method in using social media platforms that I don't want you to get lost on right now. It's not important. If you don't know what they are, don't worry about them, and you can catch up on that later. Let's see. Okay, you guys are coming up with Deborah, don't worry about it. She says, I'm sorry, I don't know very much. It's okay, Deborah, don't worry. Like, honestly, just do video however you can do video. And if you want to know more, you can go in the guides section, go to the guides tab here in this group, and you'll see that the challenge from last week is listed, and you can watch all the videos, which will give you a lot more information about videos. Okay, Karen, do all lengths of video get indexed? So Karen, I think you're saying if you had like a 30-second video versus a 20-minute video, would that get indexed equally? And I don't know the exact answer to that, but my guess is no. I don't think there's probably somewhere in the algorithm, there's probably a cutoff. I would think maybe 5 minutes before it starts getting indexed. But also remember, your Facebook business page is being indexed on its own. So if someone can click on your page and get to your, or click in on your page link from Google, get to your page, they're going to be able to see all your videos, right? So don't sweat the small stuff. That is a benefit that's going on behind the scenes, but it is not the primary target of what the goal is. Okay. All right, guys, we are going to wrap up. We've been at this 45 minutes. I don't know where time flies when I'm talking to you, but thanks for hanging out with me. If you're watching the replay or you come up with additional questions, go ahead and tag me below this video. I'm happy to reply, and make sure that you grab that download. All right, guys, have a great day, and I will talk to you soon.